What up, YouTube fam? Aaron back with Tony Pines Homestead. What are we doing today? Well, I think we're gonna go back and get our last little bit of wood to burn in the wood stove this year. So we've been burning wood this whole year. It's our first year on the homestead where we completely heat our house with wood. It's been a challenge. It's been a lot of hard work. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what exactly it takes to heat your whole house with just wood. So I'm going to talk a bit about it, give you some tips, so stick with me. All right, so we're back here at the wood pile, getting ready to throw some wood in the back of the truck. And you clicked on this video because you want to know what it's like to heat your house all year long with just wood. And let me tell you, it is hard work. You have to find the wood somehow, right? I was fortunate enough for my buddy Matt and Nate that they sell wood on the side and they let me tag along. And when they cut down a tree, if I help them, they give me wood. So in exchange for manual labor, they give me wood, which is a nice little trade-off if you ask me. So my first year heating with just wood, it was interesting. It was hard. I went through about 3 cords of wood. So maybe give or take, I have a low pie Endeavor, which is a really nice wood stove, burns super efficient. So that really helps. So I think what you need to take into consideration is what kind of wood stove you got and where you're going to get your wood from. The wood stove that I got, I think cost us 7 or 8 grand. They had to rebuild the chimney, brand new stack, brand new stove. So they're expensive, but in the long run, it's going to be worth it because eventually I'll be heating the house for free. So the first year I heated the house for about, I'd say, $1,600. Second year I heated the house for about $900. The first year, the $1,600 came from filling the propane tank twice. That was once when we first moved in, and then once halfway through the winter. Second year, I bought some wood from Matt and Nate and filled the tank. It was about halfway empty, halfway full, halfway empty, however you look at it. So the costs that I incurred were buying some wood to get me started and then filling the propane tank. The propane tank fill, that cost was just as a secondary backup, as I don't know how well it's going to go heating the house with just wood. But we made it. We did it. We made it all the way through the winter with just wood. You'll see one of the piles. I had about 3 of these out here. I got to replenish them because obviously I burned a lot of it over the winter, and this last little bit, maybe about a face cord, I'm going to bring up to the house. We're going to burn that. That'll last us maybe about a couple weeks to a month, and it's end of March, so it won't be anything. It won't be getting too cold very often here. But anyway, yeah. So some tips for getting your wood. You're obviously gonna get it 2 ways, right? You're gonna pay somebody to get it, or you're gonna get it yourself. What I did a lot too is I got on Facebook Marketplace. A lot of people will post wood that says, "Hey, free, come get it." But a lot of that wood isn't ideal, right? They don't cut it 16 inches. So a piece of wood, you want to have it cut 16 inches generally, so it fits in your wood stove. A lot of that stuff isn't cut 16 inches, and it's just a lot of shit. So be selective and you know, make sure it's hardwood. Make sure you're not burning anything that is gonna mess up your wood stove. But for the most part, you can find guys that are selling good quality hardwood on Facebook for cheap. Not cheap. I've seen in general, on average, about 120 a face cord. And if you're not hip, 3 face cords equals a cord. And just a reminder, I burned just about 3 cords for the winter. So in general, 3 cords, you're gonna find your wood, or you're gonna cut it yourself. So we talked about how we're gonna find it, right? We're gonna find it on Facebook groups. You're gonna know somebody, you're gonna buy it, or you can go out there and cut it yourself, which I did both last year. I bought some for my buddy Nate, and I bought some for my buddy Stuff, or Matt, I guess his name. I call him Snuff. But so basically, the other part of that is cutting it and splitting it yourself. So you're gonna need a splitter if you're splitting it and cutting it yourself. So it took me a while to find one. I paid $800 cash for one on Facebook Marketplace. Went and got it. It's a Brute, 21 ton, 27 ton, something like that. So those were costs that were accrued. I guess I didn't really factor in, but $800 on a wood splitter. And then from there, it's a lot of hard work. Like I said, my buddy Matt and Nate let me cut with them. And I tell you what, you're gonna cut a big 75-foot tree and you know, split 3 ways between 3 guys. It's a face cord, right? So you're out there for hours cutting wood, bucking and splitting, and you're getting maybe a face cord, you know? And like I said before, 3 face cords is a cord, a wood. So it's a lot of work. And you know, to all these people out there that are selling face cords for, you know, 80, 60, 70 bucks, man, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know, it's a lot of work. I can't justify spending hours and hours and not selling a face cord for like 120 bucks in my area. I live in Northwest Ohio. But yeah, at this point I think I'm rambling. But anyway, burning wood all year long, definitely a challenge. You gotta either find wood, you gotta either buy it, or you gotta cut it and split it yourself, which is super hard work. And it's a constant process. You have to just keep this all year long. I'm thinking, oh, well, yeah, I gotta go cut with Matt and Nate, or, oh, I gotta split this, I gotta cut this, I gotta do this. It's a constant upkeep on your wood pile, because you don't wanna be caught with your pants down in the middle of winter with no wood, because a lot of the times that wood that people are selling on Facebook and things like that, it's going to be sold out during the winter. You're not going to be able to find it. So I would recommend, pro tip is squirrel that shit away. Make sure you got enough. And I luckily had more than enough. And for last winter, I have all this left, which is I probably have, I don't know, face cord and a half. About a face cord and a half left, and that's going to propel me into the next season. And I got a bunch of wood in the woods that I got to cut up, and then I assume that I'll be cutting, splitting, bucking with Matt and Nate all spring, summer, and fall as well. So basically, it's a lot of work. You're going to either buy it or you're going to do it yourself. But whatever you do, just know that it's hard work. And you know, you want to have more than one source of heat too. So I have the propane as a backup, but I also have you know, the wood as a main source. But if you're lucky enough to have 2 sources, you know, make sure you have enough wood so you don't run out. But if you do, you can always throw that furnace on, use the propane if you need to. So I guess in a nutshell, a summary, overall summary, I'm going to stop rambling here. Overall summary is make sure you know where you're getting your wood. If you can't find it cheap on Facebook and buy it, you're gonna have to cut it and buck it yourself. And then maybe look into a nice wood stove or whatever you're burning it out of. Make sure it's efficient, make sure it's new, make sure it's inspected. And then, you know, have a couple heat sources, have a backup plan, you know, have propane and then wood or some sort of backup, because shit happens. So, but anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a good look into what it actually takes to heat the house during the winter. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of constant work. I'm going to be working on the wood pile all year long, on top of everything else that I'm working on, the chickens, the garden, the greenhouse. Homesteading stuff isn't easy. It's a way of life. It's fun. I appreciate it, but it's work. So with that, I'll leave you guys be. Hope you guys have a great day. Just know that heating the house full-time 100% with wood from a wood stove is indeed work. So hope you guys have a good one. See you next time. Peace.